Greetings, fellow hostages. Captain Black here. Today's topic: NOPD Superintendent criticizes Black activist. He ignores. Imagine myself being NOPD's micromanaged Superintendent, Michael Harrison, stating that there is a lack of outrage in the Black community regarding homicide. Now I'm an anti-crime activist, free security activist, been doing this my entire adult life. Bringing it home to New Orleans, I find the statement interesting because the superintendent was present at the funeral for an NOPD officer recently murdered, where you had Black people lining the streets for blocks on end, filling the church and the cemetery, and also the funeral service 2 days ago for the daughter of an NOPD officer, again with Black people filling the church, filling the streets. I had the high honor of holding Brother Al Mims' "No Child Should Be Next" sign outside the church for the young lady. Outside the church where the young lady's service was being held. The superintendent was present at both occasions, so he saw hundreds of Black people united in their outrage, in their grief, in their respect for individual Black murder victims and Black murder victims collectively. This is, putting it kindly, disingenuous from a police superintendent who is told which members of the Black community he can talk to and which members he can't. You have people like Brother Al Mims, the Fatherhood Roundtable, the Peacekeepers, Coach Frank and C6 trying to handle the education reform angle of why so many young people choose homicide and felonious violence as, quote, conflict resolution measures. And this is just scratching the surface of countless Black men and Black women and our good-intentioned allies from outside our ranks, fighting violence daily, out of their pockets, out of their wallets, out of their purses, without badges or body armor. I don't know what the superintendent's intention was. I don't know if some of the rich right backers of this administration told him you need to get out there and say there is no community outrage because it's summertime, we're in triple-digit homicide numbers, and we don't want to scare away tourism, because that's really their concern. The majority of our victims are Black. The majority of our victimizations are Black. The majority of the solutions rest within the Black community. Ending, and I always say this, ending our internal attrition rate in turn ends the external attrition in other communities launched from ours. Now we have a superintendent who ignores Black activists and concerned citizens who are not on the short list of approved Negroes with whom the mayor says he can communicate. In 2015, as we talk about tearing down monuments to past manipulation, I strongly suggest we tear down this manipulative relationship between a white mayor and a Black superintendent who cherry pick and color code the Black people with whom they deal in the majority Black city. The end of homicide will not come from City Hall or from five-star hotel Negroes. It will come from Black people policing themselves, governing themselves, holding themselves, their family members, and their acquaintances accountable for actions that inflict death, not discomfort, not disagreement, but death, disproportionately upon our people. I would like to assume that Superintendent Harrison understands that, but since I'm not on the list of approved Negroes, I really don't know what his opinion is.